In the weeks and months ahead, we will have new economic data that will dictate the extent of measures that we will be forced to collectively consider. The choices will not be easy. Indeed, many of them will be painful. Our challenge will be to assure that the choices we make bring us out of the recession poised to grow and to compete. What we must avoid is what we've done too many times in the past, is to fail to live up to our responsibilities and to pass on our problems to the next generation. This will not last forever. The economy will turn around, but many of the reforms required by the recession will and should be patterns of better practice for the future. The second essential element of our future prosperity is education. Improving educational outcomes is slow and painstaking work, but we continue to move forward. We all understand that education is critical to each child's future, and my dedication and commitment to improving our performance is unwavering. Our annual yearly performance reports, the AYP numbers, show some progress. There's been a 16% increase in the number of third grade students attaining proficiency in reading over the past 3 years, while proficiency in mathematics increased by 8% among third graders and 12% among fifth graders during the same period. But this is nowhere near enough. We have restored full accreditation to 2 high schools on St. Thomas and the educational complex on St. Croix. And we continue to work diligently to ensure that Central High School moves from provisional accreditation to the status of full accreditation. We are undertaking major projects at Central High School, John H. Woodson Junior High School, Adelaide Cancrine Junior High School, and Charlotte Amalie High School, and have requested additional funding for more schools in the stimulus plan, and will also do so with the next bond issuance. We are investing more in professional development and efforts like the Virgin Islands Writing Project to provide peer support and professional development. And with the support and guidance of the St. Croix Foundation, we sent a team of teachers, principals, and parents to the 2008 Model Schools Conference to build the skills and professional capabilities necessary to take our schools to the next level. We all understand that teachers are the foundation of our educational efforts. And so, in the spirit of Eulalie Rivera and Cecile Moorhead, 2 matriarchs of our education system who we sadly lost recently, I would like to recognize our Teachers of the Year. With us here tonight are Kenneth Selkridge, Teacher of the Year from the District of St. Croix, and Edney Freeman, Teacher of the Year from the District of St. Thomas St. John, who is also our State Teacher of the Year. Please. Thank you for their acknowledgement, for themselves, and also for all the teachers that they represent here tonight by their presence. In the last year, with the Board of Education, we addressed the issue of the social promotion policy and began to revisit the grading policy. We also began to refocus our career technical programs so we can offer courses compatible with our economic activity. And we continue to support programs that will expose our students to practical experiences linked to their coursework, such as with the Marine School on the Roseway. However, I can never overstate, as our new president has reiterated, that success in education begins long before and continues long past the time a child spends in school. Education begins with parents who pay attention to what their children do in school and ask questions so that each child understands the importance of schooling. Our children will not learn to read or succeed until grown-ups in their lives turn off the TVs, turn off the radios and iPods, turn off the video games, and sit down with them at a well-lit table to do their homework. And it is the job of the adults in our children's lives, their coaches, their grandparents, and others in the community who care about them, to check in and make sure that each child is moving forward, that each child understands that his or her education matters, and it is the responsibility of each teacher and guidance counselor to respond promptly and frankly to every parent. I believe that it is important that we approach early childhood education with a greater attention to the range of factors that affect the growth and development of our children and their readiness to learn in school. To support our efforts to develop a more systemic approach to early childhood educational readiness, we have developed an important new partnership with the Annie E. Casey Foundation and their cutting-edge Leadership in Action program. Under the auspices of the recently established Children's and Family Council, chaired by the First Lady, this program will provide a proven methodology and measurable results in ensuring that all children in the territory are healthy and prepared to succeed in school. Territorial kindergarten entrance exams and fourth grade test scores will provide the basis for measuring our progress as we begin to implement this program in a few months. The program's results in other communities have been remarkable, and I look forward to reporting back to you on our own progress. And we must redouble our efforts to support the healthy growth of our children. That is why we have worked diligently to renovate a considerable number of our ballparks and playgrounds over the past year, with several more to be done in the near future. Participation in athletics teaches teamwork and cooperation, along with developing physical fitness, and these activities should continue from childhood on. And so, I would ask that you finally take up and approve the creation of the new Department of Sports, Parks, and Recreation. We owe it to our children to create a more effective, streamlined, and well-administered agency to do more and to do it better. There is no reason why this legislation should not be approved and forwarded for my signature. I am sure that if we sit together and review this matter, an agreement acceptable to all will be reached, and that agreement will manifest itself in legislation. This we can do, and this we must do, for our young people and adults alike. I have delivered this proposed legislation to the President of the Legislature this evening, and I urge this body to act without delay. Finally, the third and essential element of our future prosperity is public safety. We had a slight decline in homicides for calendar 2008, an increase in the number of arrests, and more successful prosecutions putting more criminals in jail. I note that gun confiscations have tripled. However, this is not an area where the improvement in statistics warrants any sense of satisfaction, as there are far too many illegal firearms in and coming into our territory. While there is still more work to be done, I am gratified that we continue to receive increased communication and cooperation from the public, which is a sign of growing confidence in the department's efforts and leadership. The participation, guidance, and constructive criticism from members of our community integration teams working with the department continue to be strong and consistent. The department's work with our youth is expanding, as reflected by the start and success of our police cadet corps. However, with our youth, we recognize the need to step up our presence as gang involvement appears to be growing and antisocial actions in neighborhoods are now being taken into our schools.